Okay, so I'm glad here, and we're gonna just run through our Silver Sneakers class. What we do, or what I did when I was teaching at the Y, and I wrote it down on a sheet of paper here. So it's just an instructional video. So the first thing, I break out into segments, do the warm up, and we're gonna work dumbbells seated. Then we're gonna work bands seated, and on the ball. So what I'll do, get a set of bands. I took off the rack bands, ball, and I'm gonna just take some light weights. I'm using these are 5 pounds. I like they're soft with the handles, but any weight will do. So you can use from 1 to 5 pounds. Usually they'll be maybe 3 pounds to 5 that people will use. So let me just take the stuff here. All right, so the first thing I do is we're gonna warm up. I'm gonna march it out. And I usually get to warm up to get your heart rate up. Heart rate goes up. We do some stretching out. So I'm gonna come up here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Come back. And we'll do a little warm up here. You do like cardio dance, so you're really good at this stuff. Back. Now we're gonna go side to side. Just swing here, side to side. Then we can take it up and down, a little grapevine, take it up and down, just so you get warmed up. And then we're gonna come back here, we're gonna do some dynamic stretching and warming up at the same time. So dynamic stretching is stretching the full range of motion. So we're coming up and stretching here, coming forward. All right, and then I'm gonna do our hamstring curls. I'm gonna pull back, we're gonna come out. So all this is with music. And I think the warm up and cardio maybe could take about 10 minutes. Right, you can do different things, you know, with them, just to get the muscles warm here. You can come across here, cross, take it up, you know. And then you're gonna come down. When you finally warm up, take it wide and come down on the side, and then come over the other side, just like that, and come up here. I'm up here with the feet. Anything you do to stretch out and warm up is good. Let me just check the video here. Good, it's still going. Okay, I haven't done this video in a while, but I have all these things here. So the next thing, and being it's an instructional video, it's kind of, you know, loose. It's not that much. It's like teaching a class. All right. So what I do is I'll do the upper body first on the dumbbell, then we'll do the lower body. Seems that the sequence seems to work better. So, again, I haven't done this class in maybe 2.5 years. So. Okay, so normally Silver Sneakers chairs have no arms, but I don't have a chair with no arms. So, and their chairs in the back, and there's an opening in the back you can put bands in. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna start up here, up. So do the overhead press. And I'm gonna just accelerate this a lot. And do 8 reps, let's say. 8 reps in the overhead press. So we're working some of the shoulders. Here, I may come up here and come in and out. So we're working a little bit of the chest and a little of the shoulders. So you got, let's say you get 8 reps in there, right? Okay, and then we're gonna work shoulders. We're gonna work a little chest. So we're gonna come out here, come up, and press out and in. Nice and slow. Breathe out as you're coming out. Always breathe out against resistance, take it down. Let them rest about 15 seconds between sets, and then you come up and you do this, the second set of 8. So let's say we've done the 8 there. This is optional, but I always had success. You take your arms out, you bend them slightly, and you just like you're going to carry a package. You grip onto it. It's like chest. So you're doing some back as well, but you're doing chest. And let's say we got 8 reps in there. You rest 15 seconds and do that. The other thing I do is I come out here, press up, a little bit of a twist and a reach. This way you're going to get the lower back. You're going to start to work some obliques on the abs, right? And you're working a little bit of shoulders and a little chest as well. So we come across here, reach out, and so we got the shoulders, we got the chest. Now with the shoulders too, you can actually come out and work laterals. So, you can put that up front with the shoulders. You can do the overhead press with the shoulders. You can do the laterals with the shoulders. And we can do what we did here and work the little shoulders too. And of course the chest, just reviewing, coming out, that's just, and then coming across and up. So all that is good. And then I go down to the back. So I'm gonna hinge forward at the hip, and this is hard without, make sure your elbows are close to the body. Obviously I can't do that, so I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together. I'm doing rows. Nice and slow, squeezing it. And then I'm coming out here, doing reverse flies. Getting the upper mid back. So that's what you're working there, upper mid back. Reverse flies. Yeah, looking good. So I'll do, 15 seconds between sets. 8 reps. 8 reps is good. So we got 2 back exercises there. The third one, I do what I call snow angels, only on the top of the body. You're not laying down, opening the legs and opening the arms at the same time. So you got half a snow angel, really. And your arms are down here. You can do this seated or standing. And you come up here, keep your shoulder blades together. So you keep your shoulders back. So you can do 8 of these. 4, 5, 3 more. Breathe out as you come up, 2, and 1. Give them a rest. So this works the serratus anterior, right in here, and that's where the sports bras meet, up in here. And women usually have a problem there. A lot of them do anyway. They get the little flab hanging over, so that's anatomy, and that's the way it is. But this will help strengthen those muscles there. And I've done back. Now we're going to do arms. So the arms, we're going to come out here, squeeze. So you can do 8 of these, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. Man, that's good. And then rest. So you can do 8 more, and then you've done 3 sets of 8. You want to be mindful of the time. So you can work with 1 weight now. You're going to support your arm here, and you're going to go up. 2. You're working the triceps. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you're going to change the arms. Support, back, up. So you're only moving the bottom of the arm, but you're working the tricep here. You got it nice and supported. If you wanted to put your elbow in the palm, you could do that as well. A little bit more support, a little bit better. Possibly you're not impacting this muscle as much. So you're going to do 2 sets of 8 on that. Now what I do is, most people, I found I was probably the only one that did this. I want to work the wrist and the forearms because people grip things, functionally moving and so forth. So I'm going to go with the palm down, extend my hand right beyond the knee, and just cup this right here above the wrist, and you can do 8 here, 6, and then you're going to come over and you can do 8 more. And then I'm going to go straight up and down with it, so I'm working like you're fishing. And then you go over to the other one, 8, 8, and 8. You can do 2 sets of that or 1 set, it depends, because you've done a lot of them. You can also do variations on the biceps curls. You can come out and come in. But I would suggest just staying with the 3 sets of 8, because we're going to do 3 sets of 8 up here on each arm. But there are variations, and then you can do hammer curls. But that's, you know, later on, a more advanced class, you can do that. Because now we're going to come up, and we're going to hold these for a little weight. We're coming down and up. So you're going to be right near next to the chair here. So if you have to sit down, that's fine. And come up. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Now, once you get 3 sets of these, you're standing up, and then you say, all right, feet are about hip width apart here. So we're going to go up on our toes and down. So up on the balls of the feet. So we're doing calf raises, up. So doing 8 of those. Okay. And then you're going to work toward 3 sets. Remember, 15 seconds between each set. Let the muscles relax just a little bit, especially in the older people. The recovery time's a little bit more. So you're doing 3 sets of that. So we had the squats, legs. Now we're going to do lunges. Now they don't have to go all the way down. They can just step out, step in, step out. So you're going to go 8 on each leg with the lunges. Out, in. Some people can go down a little bit. Let them go down if they want to sit. So, and then you do the other leg. You can either go out. So you can always modify it. In, nice and slow. Down, and up, down, and up. So that's the speed, and then it'll be going out, and in, and out, and in on the legs. The other thing we do on the legs is we're going to come up here. We're going to go up, up. We got the weights here, balancing, up. So we're going to do 3, 4, 5, 6, looking good, 7, and 8, good. And they're going to rest 15 seconds and they're going to repeat that. So you're doing hip flexors. Now we're going to do hip extenders. So I'm going to move so hip extenders, all it is, you're just coming back like that. Straight and squeezing the glute. Right? Almost like you're snow skiing, right? You're going back, back, back. 8 on each leg. Back, squeeze. Not far back, couple inches. No more than 6 inches back. Right? Back, back, back. 6, 7. You can do them slower. I'm just speeding it up just a little bit so I can get all this in as an instructional video so you can just see the different exercises. So you're not watching anything for 50 minutes. Okay, the last thing, hamstring curls. Same thing, alternate leg. 8 on each leg, so you're gonna start with the right leg, you're gonna count 1, 2, squeeze, squeeze, 3, and all the way up to 8. Rest 15 seconds and do that. So this mimics walking because you're coming back here. When you walk, coming up, you're back here. with the extender, right? Right. So, and we did quadriceps, so we do hamstrings, opposite muscle group. So now we're done with the weights. So be in mind, you might be doing 2 exercises on each muscle group. It depends on the time of the class. You could do, you know, two would be comfortable on each muscle group. So now we're going to move into this segment here, and you always say, okay, I'm going to get some water. So you come over here, you take a break, and you're getting water. Now, these are typically the way these go on a regular chair. And this is too thick, but there's just a little opening on the top, and they'll go like that. They'll just loop through. I'm going to do a little different because of this chair, so I'm just going to loop it here. Okay. So I can actually have something. Okay, so then we do the bands. So what we do with the bands, the first things, typically I do seated stuff first, and then we'll go to standing on the band. So the seated stuff, and have them sit toward the back of the chair, not too far up front in case the chair comes over the top, especially when they're doing abs. So what we're gonna do is we come out here. Now they're doing a little bit of obliques too, so we're working the abs, they're coming across the chest. We're doing 8 on each arm, so you're gonna count. You know, this is the right arm here. Then we're gonna go to 2. We're gonna go all the way to 8, and we're gonna rest. All right, and then we do the same thing. Then chicken wings, like we did with the weights, and go out for the chest presses. So 8 of those, right? And then you're gonna come out, and you're gonna rest, and then you can come out here. So this isn't a lot of resistance here, but it's a good dynamic stretch. It's just enough to get a really good dynamic stretch. So we got those exercises there that we've done. So I usually start out with the chest first because it's just, you know, pushing and things like that, the exercise. So I'm gonna go, and we've done these. So we started actually doing obliques, right? Started doing obliques. Now, think of this way. How am I gonna do, you can think of the bands, okay, why did I start sitting? Because I don't have a pole to wrap this around, but I have a chair. And I'm doing pushing exercises, and that's what I need on this one. And I'll do everything where these bands are pushing out, like that. Okay, so now I did some obliques, so we're gonna do some abdominals, down and up. Take them over the shoulders, and we're going down and up. Breathe out as you come out. And up. You're gonna breathe out. Good. Up. Breathe out. So the abs, I probably would do a little bit more than 8. I probably would do like maybe 12, you know. And I probably would do like 3 sets of those. But you could do 2 sets of 16, you could do 2 sets of 12, it depends. You have to look at the crowd, see what the timing is as well. So now that we've done all these exercises where you're using the band at the back of the chair, we're gonna come up and unloop the band. Now we're gonna do exercises where we're gonna use the band. We're gonna do some shoulder exercises. So shoulder exercises are a little different, all right? So let's say you're gonna drop the band, and tell them drop the band, right? Take your other foot and stretch this over and step on it, right? So you're stepping on it with the middle of the foot. You're gonna take this up, and you're gonna come back and square your arm up and go up. So you're gonna be going 8 reps. Now you can do one of 2 things. You can have them rest for 15 seconds, do another set of 8. So because you're gonna be changing these back and forth, So that's what I would do. And then come over here and finish up with that. And you're coming up with the 8. You're smiling. Good job. Squeeze the muscle groups that you're working. Just think of what's working. Breathe out against resistance. Have a good time and all that stuff. Okay, so those are good. We can work some triceps as well with the bands. So triceps are a little different. Same type of setup, but instead of coming back like this, you're going up here and up and up. I would do that or this. So you come in more front and up. Whereas the other one, you're going squaring it out, going back and straight up. So remember, seniors have a tendency when they do presses to go up front because they don't have the shoulder mobility. And all you have to say is squeeze those shoulder blades back and push up, level with the ear, and up. And you can cue them, and over time they'll get it. They'll be getting better. So, and then come back here, and the same thing. All right. The other thing, and you're gonna work mixed groups with this because we did some shoulder work. You can come over here and do same type of thing. Instead of going like this, you take it in this hand and you come up. Only shoulder high. You're gonna lift with this. You're not gonna throw your arm up. So all this is lifting, shoulder height, and it's I'm gonna do 8 there. Come back here, right? So I just did that one. Okay. Come back here, and we'll go up this way. You can add that in too. So you got a little side lateral, a little bend in the elbow. Never having any joints stiff is no good. Little tiny bend, shoulder blades back and bending up. Now we're going to work the anterior delts. So anterior delts are a little different. Front. So we're going to take these, we're going to stretch them out, crisscross, right? And you can come up. So make sure your elbows are a little bit higher than the weights. You can reach them chest high. You're pulling up, breathing out against resistance. 8, rest 15 seconds, 8 more. Good. All right. Okay, so this next one, I'm going to start with a little bit more back. Okay, so you're going to take these, take them out here. The further you have them gripped, the less resistance they have. So if they have them in here, they're going to have more resistance. There again, the elbow's a little bend, and you're going to pull. Just like that. Now, see, I'm working my back. I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together. You want to get them to, on these exercises, to squeeze the shoulder blades whenever you're working shoulders or anything that we just worked, because that's so important, all right? Because they have a tendency to be around shoulders from a lot of different things. It's a postural distortions based on things they've done throughout their lives and when they walk. It's walking back, keep them back and walk and look straight ahead. Keep those shoulders back. So once you keep the shoulders back, you can't go like that. So you're just squeezing back. You have them stand against the wall and squeeze. Okay, keep them squeezed and walk. Look straight ahead. So you improve that posture over time. So that's why these exercises are so important for squeezing. The next thing I have them usually do for back is I have them bend over slightly, not much. You don't want to have them go any more than 45 degrees here. Head above heart, always for seniors, right? You don't want them down here like, like us, like you're up here, squeeze the shoulder blades together down. Little resistance, feet are about shoulder width apart, right? Always make sure they have the band right underneath the midfoot there, right underneath the arch of the foot, whenever you're putting the band down. Okay, now After you get that done, you can have them just go into rows. You know, 2 sets of those, 2 sets of 8 on those. And then basically, you're done with the bands. I don't think there's anything else I would do with the bands. So we go, okay, great. You know, sometimes I'll put the bands away, sometimes I'll wait till after class or whatever. Have some water, take a break. All right. Now, one of the fun parts of this is the ball, right? These little balls. This is a 9-inch isokinetics ball. All right, so I have this seniors work with the ball. So the first thing we'll do, and it doesn't matter, but I usually like to start seated because you're going to end up standing. I'll have them take their leg out, right? And they're gonna, this is a proprioception. You're gonna work the fingers, you're gonna walk the ball down and walk it up. And walk it down. So we're gonna do 8 basically on each side. Walk it down and walk it up. So I'm doing 4 just for the, in the interest of time here, because this is a demo video. Then the heel goes in the ground, the toes up, and we're going down here. And up. And we're going to walk it down, right? And up. And we're walking it down and up. Okay, so then I say I have 8 on each side, a little rest, and then second set. Now what I have them do is, I'm going to take this here, I'm going to walk this across. Wow, right there, walk it across, right? So you're going to be doing, this will take a little time, they'll get, you know, go out. So you do 8 of those, rest, and then 8 more. Then we're going to work the adductor, magnus, and pectineus up here a little bit. I'm going to squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. You're going to do 8 of those, squeezing and releasing. Rest and then squeeze and release again. All right. I don't do anything where I wrap the band around and have them go out. This is sufficient right here. This is sufficient range of motion for them, the seniors. At that point, I'm going to come up and we're going to march it out. So we're going to march out with the ball here. And we take the ball out, out, and in, right? March in, having a good time, right? And you're doing a little cardio now, right? All right. Yeah. Now, we're going to march. Now, we can do this. We can keep marching. And then we can go like this. Up, slow, figure 8s. 8s, 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 and then the other way. So we do, 6 or 8 each way. And then we're either marching or, it's better if you march. I'm going to take this around the back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Back the other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I've had them speed it up and do different things with that. Okay, so we're out here. We've got a lot of stuff done with the ball, right? But we're gonna squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Do 8 of those, right? And go out and in again if you want. Something to relieve it, and then squeeze and release, right? We do that. Okay, so we're done squeezing and releasing. So now we can take it down. Take a little wider stance, right? I'm gonna come up and over. Right, big dynamic stretch here. And we're gonna go 8, let's say 8 each way, right? You can come back and up and over. And you don't have to do 2 sets with this, but you can. Just for memory, just to do 2 sets with everything. All right, and then we can start with this. We can take it wide and we can push, push. Now you have to release the ball right here and push. We can start doing, which we did with the dynamic stretches, we can start going into our stretches, right? And go back and forth, right? You can use the ball with the stretches, or we can say, okay, we started the stretches, now we'll come down, So I started with movements, working into stretches. Now I want to go to static stretches. So what I'm going to do is my feet are shoulder width apart, right? Or hip width apart rather. Take 1 foot forward as a step, 1 back, right? And you're going to press the hips forward. You're going to stand up nice and straight. Feel a little stretching, a little psoas here, as well as the glute and the leg back there. Then you come back here. Feel that stretch. Boom. Good. Yeah. Then they're going to come out probably up to the 1 foot is going to come out even with the toes, the other foot, and you're going to place the heel even with the toes, the other foot. You're going to lift those toes up, scoot the hips back, straight leg, get a hamstring stretch, and you can actually get a little bit on the gastrocnemius, on the calf. Come back, and the same thing with this. Then all I would do is have them stitch wide, right here, right, and we're going to stretch down. So we're going to hold it. You know, you're going to hold the stretches like an 8 to a 10 count or whatever, or a 12 count or whatever you want to do. You want to hold it at least 10 seconds, right? Each stretch. You're coming down, you're coming down here. All right. So once you got that, you're pretty good on the legs. That's what you should do just on the legs, just those stretches. If you have any others where you want to work with the foot, that's it. But you know, time-wise, they're probably almost done. So then I have them stand shoulder width apart with the feet, roll the shoulders back for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then forward for 4. Pull the shoulders forward, push the arms, the hands out, and shoulders are into protraction now. And then you're going to take your hands on your hip, retract the shoulders, look over the right shoulder and hold. And then you can take your head along your chest, move the left shoulder and hold, come back. You do a little stretch here, all right, into your delts, take it back up and over. You got a nice stretch in there, all right. And the same thing, you know, however you hold, long you hold stretches and back. Then the last stretch I usually do is I take my arms away from my body, shoulders down and back, and I shake it out. Then we got a nice wide stance, right? Now we're going to take a nice deep breath in, you're going to reach up. You're going to exhale on the way down. One more time, nice deep breath in, reach up, exhale on the way down. Excellent work. You did it. 16 to 24 ounces of water immediately after exercise. Keep hydrating throughout the day. You guys are awesome. And look forward to seeing you next week. Have any questions, come and see me. And that's it. I mean, that's done. So